Dear student, welcome to this course MSD 019 Global Strategies to Sustainable Development. In this session, we are going to look into achieving UN SDG 1, Global Goal 1 by 2030. What our India's progress so far till 2024. In this session, we are going to look into what are the policies program our country is implementing to achieve this goal, looking into different targets and the indicators under this global framework of UN SDG Goal 1, no poverty, its indicators and targets. As we know that the goal number 1 is to eliminate poverty in all its forms worldwide. When you talk about, as I told in one of the session, that poverty is an issue of multifaceted in characters. It involves a lack of sufficient resources or income to meet their basic human needs. When you talk about basic human needs, once upon a time it's about food, shelter and clothing, but education and healthcare are also basic human needs. And poverty is not just about deficiency of income or scarcity of resources. It also manifests as hunger, malnutrition. Now, when you have enough food doesn't mean that if it is not nutritious, you are not taking proper food. So, malnutrition is also one of the indicators to look into that. Then the major another causes is limited educational opportunities is because of this poverty. Then social discrimination is happening. This is two-way impact of poverty. In the same time, so because of social discrimination, poverty happens. In the other way, poverty gives you social discrimination. So exclusion from decision-making processes. So eradicating poverty in all its forms, it has become one of the humanity's most daunting challenges in this 21st century. And if we look into global goals, it has 7 targets as per UN SDG. It has that global 13 indicators. But in our national context, we have a total of 18 indicators that have been identified to measure and monitor the progress of all these targets, since we have enough data to look into the progress of all these 18 indicators, right? When we have a quick look into major indicators, here I am not going to explain all targets indicators because we have already covered this in another session when we talk about global progress. The major indicators are, if we, remember we tried to look into some of the major indicators. There are proportion of population living below the international poverty line, that is US $2.15 per day. It has to be, then it has to look into your national context also. India has own poverty line, right? So our indicators will look into that from that angle again. When you look into local level, means our local level, right? Then another indicator is proportion of employed population below the international poverty line. Then proportion of population covered by social protection flow system. Then population living in household with access to basic services in terms of proportion. When you look into global indicators, again, number of countries that adopt and implement national disaster risk reduction strategy in line with the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction 2015 to 2030. Then total official development assistance grants from all donors that focus on poverty reduction as a share of the recipient's country's gross national income. Then proportion of total government spending on essential services, that is education, health and social protection. So these are some of the indicators. When we look into SDG goals, one of the approach we follow, like the global indicator framework, we are following multidimensional poverty index to look into different dimensions of different goals and to look into the indicators, weightage and the SDG mapping. So in that we have looked into 3 dimension: health, education, standard of living. Not only this goal 1, if you look into health, we have 2 important indicator. One is nutrition and child mortality. right? When you look into here, you look into that, these indicators also link with other goals. Like when you talk about nutrition, not only in goal number 1, it also reflects the importance to goal number 2, zero hunger. In the same way, when we talk about one number indicator, child mortality, it also directly linked with to goal number 3, good health and well-being. So another dimension is education. When it comes into that year of schooling, now when we talk about year of schooling, and then that also directly related to your goal number 1, here it also linked to your goal number 4, quality education. The same way when we talk about school attendance, because poverty and schooling, that attendance is directly related. So here it's also this education sector, this education dimension is related to goal number 4, quality education. Then when we talk about standard of living, it can look into different sub-dimensions like cooking oil. When we talk about which kind of oil they are using, it's also that related to your level of income, then poverty line. So that again link into another goal number 7, affordable and cleanliness. In the same way, when we talk about sanitation, and it's about clean water and sanitation, goal number 6. When we talk about drinking water facility, that's also goal number 6, it links into that. These are linked, that link with goal number 1 also. When it talks about housing, it also link with sustainable cities and community, that is goal number 11. Electricity, that's also affordable and clean energy. Assets, it is no poverty itself, assets, because assets is also one of the indicators that indicate your poverty level. So in India, the different policies and programs we are implementing or introducing to end poverty are Mahatma Gandhi Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, then Din Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission. It's the integration of two policy and two program. Din Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Urban Livelihood Mission, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, then Pradhan Mantri Jivan Jyoti Bima Yojana, Prime Minister Awas Yojana, Din Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana, Prime Minister Jivan Jyoti Bima Yojana, National Social Assistance Program, Atal Pension Yojana. These are few of the unique programs which India is having to end poverty in all its form everywhere across the country by 2030. When we look into Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act that was passed in 2005 to improve all the livelihoods of the people in rural areas, and it guarantee 100 days of employment per year to eligible rural household. The Din Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Urban Livelihood Mission, it was launched in the year 2010 as a mission mode by restructuring the Swarna Jayanti Gramin Rozgar Yojana. So in 2016, the program was renamed as an integration of Din Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Rural Livelihood Mission, the NRLM. It is a central and state government jointly fund responsible program, and it is a flagship program of the Ministry of Rural Development for promoting poverty reduction through building a strong institution for the poor, but particularly women, and enabling all these institutions to access a range of financial services and livelihood. This mission, this Yojana and mission adopts a demand-driven approach, enabling all the states to formulate their own state-specific poverty reduction action plans. So highly localized, right? The Din Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Urban Livelihood Mission, it used to be a National Urban Livelihood Mission. It was then renamed as Din Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, and it is called as, if you look into our Matra Bhasha, it's called Rashtriya Shastri Anjivika Mission. So under this scheme that extended in urban areas, and as of now we have covered about 441 statutory cities and towns, almost the entire urban population in the country. Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation is nodal agency, right? It was launched, National Urban Livelihood Mission launched in 2013. Pradhan Jan Dhan Yojana, which was introduced in 2014, with an objective ensuring the access to various financial services like the availability of basic service bank account, access to need-based credit, remittance facility, insurance and pension to the excluded section, that is weaker section and low income groups. So, through this PMJDY, we are able to penetrate deeply and at an affordable cost, which is possible when we effectively use technology. It is happening, and it's a national mission on financial inclusion that encompasses an integrated approach to bring about comprehensive financial inclusion of all households in the country. So, this plan, this envisages universal access to banking facilities with at least one basic banking account for every household. Then it gives financial literacy, access to credit, insurance and pension facility. In addition to that, the beneficiaries, they would be getting RuPay debit card that have been inbuilt automatically with an accident insurance cover of 1 lakh. Plan also envisages channelizing all government benefit. It may be from urban governance body or from the state or center to the beneficiaries account, pushing the DBT, direct benefit transfer scheme of the government of India. The Pradhan Mantri, another one of the unique initiative to for this to achieve this goal is Pradhan Mantri Jivan Jyoti Bima Yojana, which was introduced in 2015. Right. It is an insurance scheme offering life insurance over the insurance cover for that due to any reason. It's a 1-year cover, renewable from year to year. It is offered by banks, post office. It also administered through life insurance companies. All individuals who are account holders of participating banks, post office in the age group of 18 to 50, they are entitled to join. Then we have, as I mentioned you, that PM Awas Yojana is also one of the unique initiative which was introduced in 2015. It is a credit-linked subsidy scheme by the government of India to facilitate access to affordable housing for the low and moderate income residents of the country. The another program is DDU, Din Dayal Upadhyaya Gramin Kaushalya Yojana, which was introduced in 2014. It is a placement-linked skill development program for rural poor youth under National Rural Livelihood Mission. And this particular Yojana is a market-led placement-linked skill development program for providing wage employment to rural poor youth. Right? Again, we have Prime Minister Jivan Jyoti Bima Yojana, which was introduced in 2015. That is, we call it is Pradhan Mantri Jivan Jyoti Bima Yojana. It's also a government-backed life insurance scheme in India. We have variety number of National Social Assistance Program under National Social Assistance Program, which was introduced in 1995. It comprises of National Old Age Pension Scheme, National Family Benefit Scheme, National Maternity Benefit Schemes. It is administered by the Ministry of Rural Development, and these programs are being implemented in rural area as well as urban area. It represents a significant step towards the fulfillment of directive principle of state policy that is enshrined in our Constitution of India. Then this policy, these assistance programs are intended to secure for the citizen adequate means of livelihood, raising the standard of their living condition, improving public health, providing free and compulsory education for children and other. Again, this takes care of Article 41 of the Constitution. What Article 41 says? It directly states to provide public assistance to its citizens in case of unemployment, old age, sickness, and disablement, and in the other cases of undeserved want within the limit of its economic capacity and development. So, this particular national assistance programs, which have, as I told you, comprises of 3 programs, this is the reflections of the duties, directive principle and duties, responsibility given to the government in our Constitution. Again, we have Swavalamban Yojana, which was introduced in 2010-11, which is realigned as a Atal Pension Yojana in 2015. All age income security scheme for a saving account holder in the age group of 18 to 40 years who is not an income tax payer. This particular scheme helps in addressing the longevity risks among the workers in the unorganized sector and encourage the workers to voluntarily save their retirement. Now, why we are implementing different indicators? Some of the justification is then we implement headcount ratio per the MPI in percentage. Our target is 12.425. Why? Because if you look into global SDG target 1.2, this aims to reduce at least by half the proportion of men, women, children of all ages living in poverty in all its dimension, not down according to national definition, right? So, when we look into one of the report, Niti Aayog's National MPI, a progress review 2023, the incidence headcount ratio of MPI in India is 24.85% for the year 2015 to 16. Therefore, half of this value has been taken as the national target. Okay. Another indicators we are looking into percentage of household with any usual member covered by health scheme or health insurance. Our target is 100, right? It is in line with global SDG target. These are the basic components for us. Giving universal health coverage is regarded as a basic component of social security. In the same way, when you talk about MGNREGA, that offering this employment, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, our target is 100%, right? Reason for this also, it is one of the social protection scheme which aimed to cover all who demand employment at least 100 days in a year. Okay. The same way where the percentage when we talk about social protection benefits under Pradhan Mantri Matru Bandhana Yojana, that's also it, and that all persons belonging to the eligible population benefit from this program, right? That is why we are putting 100% target. Percentage of household living in Kacha houses, it should be 0. Everybody should be under Paka houses. So we are going well, because basic amenities, when we talk about Paka houses, basic amenities will be there. That will make prosper their own life. That this is giving equal right to economic resources, access to basic services, ownership and control over land, other form of prosperity. When we look into after implementation of different program, all these programs at different level, when we look into the report published by Niti Aayog, MOA and MOSPI, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, its SDG Index 2023-24, Tamil Nadu with scoring of 92 is top among the states, and among the Union Territories, it is Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman Diu with 89 scores. We look into headcount ratio, we will find out 16 states and all other Union Territories have achieved national target of 12.425%, whatever we have. Let us look into target wise, this status of the state. Among the states, Kerala has performed the best with the lowest headcount ratio of 0.55%, followed by Uttar Pradesh, right? Then Bihar and Madhya Pradesh 1.36 score. Again, when we look household covered by health scheme, according to NFIS 2019-2021, that duration they have found that 41% of households in India have at least one member covered by a health scheme or health insurance. Then our target is cover all the household in the country. Closest to the target state is Rajasthan with 87.8% of the household cover. And among the Union Territories, it is Lakshadweep with 67.7% of household cover. When we look at the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, according to this act, the status performance of the states, among the states, Kerala offer employment to 100% person of total who demanded employment, whereas Karnataka offered 97.4%. Among the Union Territories, it is Lakshadweep and Pondicherry offering 100%, while Andaman Nicobar Island offer 98.99%. When we look into maternity benefits, Tamil Nadu and Punjab have achieved the 100% target among the states. Ladakh And Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman Diu and have achieved the target among the Union Territory. When you look about this maternity benefit, it's about it has a cycle of the scheme is approximately 15 months, right? When you look into the household living in the Kacha houses, in India 4.6% household in India live in Kacha houses. So it is very less percentage. So Kerala only they have 0.3%. Arunachal has the highest percentage living in the Kacha houses. That is in the local level. So we will be able to achieve. So here the SDG index score of different states in Union Territory. Here we will see Tamil Nadu is the highest and the lowest among is Bihar with 39 score and the highest 92. You will see among the Union Territories you will see Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman Diu is 89 and in case of Puducherry this is 58 with the lowest. Here you will see the map how it is moving from 2018 to 2020 and 21. The red indicate aspirant which have the score 0 to 49 and then yellow indicate that performer that score 50 to 64. Green indicate front runner that score from 65 to 99 and blue score achiever. You will see how the color is changing from 2018 to 23, 24. That shows in our way of progression very well, right? So these are the score of different targets under goal number 1. You will be able to see over here looking into the different color code. I say when we are trying to summarize all this achievement, we will see that our self-help group linked to bank credit, that is opening that self-help groups to improve their livelihood. You will see here we have 18.3 to 2015-16. Now in 21-22 it is about 33.98. Our progress is sudden jump in last 9 years. Then when we look into the adoption implementation Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction in 2015, we have adopted in our country has adopted. And coming into the new pension scheme, from in 2015-16 we have 97 lakh 50,460. Now how much we have in 22-23? Here the figures double. 1 crore 73 lakh 6,948 new pension scheme coverage here. And looking into senior citizen that provide institutional assistance through senior citizens home and daycare centers, you will find out in 2015 it was only 23,095. Now we have 1,20,105 in 22-23. Again, when we look into reduction in the proportion of men, women, children of all ages living in poverty in all dimensions, it was 24.85% in 2015-16. Now it is 14.96% only. Self-help group in same way increasing that credit links in terms of lakh 18.32 lakhs in 2015-16. Now 44.15 lakhs in 23-24. Likewise, as I mentioned, new coverage in new pension scheme and PAs. Also, we have increased this much. You will see 97 lakh 50,406 to 1 crore 80 lakh 43,920 in 23-24. So in that way, again, if you look into headcount ratio, as I also explained all these things in few minutes back, that we have only 14.96%. That is our targets we are achieving soon. Then 41% household have at least one member cover under health insurance or health scheme. Then 99.74% offer employment under the Manirega Act in 2020-24. 95.4% live in Paka and semi-Paka houses. 24.82 crores people lifted out of the poverty as per Niti Aayog paper on multidimensional poverty between 2013, 2022, 23. So what we discuss in this session is we have looked into different policies and the programs implemented by Government of India at different level to achieve this sustainable development goals. Goal number 1, then our target justification and performance of different states and union territories. And further, for your own reference, I suggest you to look into the different publication by Niti Aayog and the Ministry of statistical program implementation. You will see in their website, especially you just look into NITI Aayog website from time to time, and latest publication as of today is NITI Aayog is SDG India Index 23-24 towards Viksit Bharat Sustainable Progress Inclusive Growth. We just look into that. So with this, I again request or encourage all my learners to be updated with the latest publication as far as in this progress is concerned in this NITI Aayog website. Thank you. See you in next session.